Who would miss your products or services if they were gone?
Everyone and no one, probably, everyone, because I think really my clients and the students I work with, they like me, they appreciate me, and at the same time, we are not that important, so actually I have clients, I've been working with them since 10 years, and I sometimes say I think you should look for other people, I don't want them to get bored of me, but yeah, we have a good relationship.
What did you recently change your mind about?
As we said, books are very inspiring to me. And I've recently found a book from Emily Wapnick. It's called How to Be Everything. And I like her approach saying, you're not either, a very inspiring person or a very rational person, but actually you're everything. And to allow all these different sides to be present. Because very often we want to put people into boxes, and this is what we learned at school, unfortunately, right and wrong, or left or right, and black and white. And this is really about, she talks a lot about hypersensitive people. And I realized, I'm probably more like that. So sensing a lot, and then finding the right tools and channels to communicate what you sense, because sometimes people don't know what you mean. So hypersensitivity is one thing where I not changed my mind, but I became more of that, it's present and there are a lot of hypersensitive people, but also that you can be more than just one specific...
How did you find out that you are hypersensitive?
Well, it's interesting, usually you only sense it if you see a difference, or if you realize that other people don't get what you sense. And I think for me, it was 20 years ago. I worked with a colleague, and we had this international team, and usually when I work with teams, I have the feeling that, and this is my job, to create an atmosphere where people feel well and then give their best, and where they open up, they're honest, where really change and transformation can happen and growth can happen. And so I worked with my colleague, and afterwards he said, wow, I've never ever had a group that is that, or that was that open. And I thought, my groups are always open. And then another colleague said exactly the same. So I thought, obviously, there is something that I can add to a team of people or to a group. And whenever I work with teams, I sense immediately what's going on, the dynamics. Or people often say to me, can you look into my brain? How come that you sensed it? And I think we all have different gifts. We all have those gifts. And sometimes we use it more consciously and sometimes unconsciously.
Are there many hypersensitive people in the world? And do you think they know about it?
I think with everything, yes, there are probably many, and maybe no, they don't know. It's like, if you have a very intelligent kid, only if, and very often we think something is wrong with this kid, but then only if he or she then maybe has the opportunity to work with kids who are similarly talented, then they realize that they're okay, that everything is fine.
Which advice would you give to somebody who is listening now or watching and saying, oh, that's me? Maybe they are young and you had some advice for them?
Well, I would say trust yourself. Everything is fine with yourself. And if you have the feeling you sense more than other people, I think it's good also to talk about it, to talk with people where you feel comfortable or appreciated, whether they have similar experience. It's more about maybe sharing. Do you sense the same? Do you see or feel the same? So they get maybe confirmation that everything is fine. And the other thing is also, don't overtake yourself maybe emotionally, because hypersensitive people are hypersensitive, so they need also a lot of time for themselves. And this is something I had to learn, actually, to really step out of, all these busy environment and of these environments, and actually take time for myself, be alone, be out in nature, walk the talk, walk the talk, and walk my dog
in nature.
Yeah.
And have time for yourself.
Yeah.
Which skills are you constantly refining?
I would say all, because I always want to be one step ahead of my clients. So for me, it's important that I know what's going on out there, whether it's content-wise in our context, but also technology-wise. So what is it that can be beneficial for my clients? But I think two things that come to my mind is also, one is listening skills. So curiosity, I think, is important. And the other thing is, and this is not always easy, is to being not judgmental. Because, to stay an interested observer with no judgment.
That's so hard.
Oh, it's very hard.
Did you find out how to do it?
Well, the moment I realize that I'm being judgmental, that I just bring it back to me and say, Erika, just observe. And, it's who are you to actually judge? Who are you to judge? Yeah?
What are your current favorite problems?
I really like the idea of a favorite problem, because I recently read you really have to fall in love with your problem more than with the solution. Because if you love your problem, you might come up with more creative solutions than just going straight to a solution. For me, it's really how to use technology to touch even more people. And I would love to touch millions of people and to inspire and encourage and support millions of people. And the inspiration I got was from Singularity University. 2 years ago, I attended a global conference from Singularity University, and they're working with artificial intelligence, with technology that is disrupting in a very positive way. And their goal is actually to create startups that influence up to 1 billion people in 10 years positively. And when I heard it, my heart started beating, and I thought, wow, that's great. And actually, this is something I want to think big. Actually, something I learned at IBM, think big, because back then IBM had 320,000 employees. And when we worked on issues, we thought really in a big way. And I'm back to that, actually. And I would love to support as many people as possible by using technology and being a positive disruptor.